How's it going, everybody? Adam here, and welcome back to the AKG project. Today's episode we're going to actually set up the foundations for putting in wall running into the game. There won't be any animations to go along with it, so we're just going to use this normal running to simulate that. So we'll jump into the code first and begin with this. So the first thing we're going to be needing is 3 public floats. They don't necessarily need to be public, but it's easier for debugging purposes and if needing to change things later. So we need a wall run max distance. For the moment, this isn't actually being used. It might be used later to determine different. Actually, we could use that, but not today. Another public float for wall run max height. This one we are using. I'm going to set this to a default of 4. Should be throwing the F's in there, or even the dot zeros as well. And should do that up here for consistency. Forgot the F. And our last one is wall run slow speed. This is a speed for slowing the vertical movement of the player. Oops, I'm all over the place. There we go. Okay, so we're going to now calculate. Oops, one more. We need another public float. This one we won't set, which is just our wall run force, which I need to leave that space there. There we go. So now we're going to calculate this. What's your problem? Does not exist. It's because of that. Because I was writing on stuff. It's all good. Sorry. Anyway, so now we're going to be doing a void called calculate wall run force. So this is essentially the first jump force? No, the initial force of when jumping. Well, sort of jumping. But anyway, so wall run force is going to equal math f dot the square root of -2 times gravity times our wall run max height. So this little formula would just give us a nice initial force for us to jump. And because we don't necessarily, the way we're moving our character is with our velocity up here. It's not the best way to be doing it, but I don't technically need forces as such. Oh, sorry, getting a bit nasally. So velocity is fine for the moment. It was also because I just had trouble. Why just update? Why you not update? Did I miss something? No, because everything else is running, so we should be fine. What? Okay, we save it. Why? What is your problem? Speed, smooth. No, it's not there. Why? Speed to smooth time in this context does not exist, isn't that? Oh, what did I do? I must have removed it. Oh, it's up here. There we go. I thought it was this one. Need to read. Anyway, so from here, when you want to, at the beginning, we want to calculate the wall run force. So I'm throwing that in a method so we can actually call that later if need be, if we want to change things or not. So next is if we are grounded. We want to say if, before that, we're also going to need a bool, which I forgot about. I'm going to throw that down here. So public bool is wall running. equals false. Because there's no situation where we're going to be running off the bat. Are you going to turn green for me? Apparently not. That's fine. Okay. Down here. So we want to check. For the moment, we're using our either the left Alt or the right mouse button for the moment. But input dot get access, and we're using Fire2. Keyboard's been changed. Fire2. My keyboard has a really weird shortcut which is Alt and Shift, and so that's the normal Shift quotation mark. If I click Alt Shift, it changes it to that. It's really annoying. I should change it, but I'm too lazy to. So change this to an else statement, or else if. And then inside here we're going to go is while running will equal true. So this one here is not supposed. This is not supposed to be all. It doesn't correlate with this one. So this is just to check if. Oops. This needs to be equals 0. So we just want to make sure that once we are grounded, that so long as we're not holding the wall run button again, we won't immediately wall run afterwards. Because otherwise it's like jumping. If you hold spacebar, you just continuously jump. We don't want that. Right, so now next is our another if statement. So we want to go input. Actually, we just want this again. This time does not equal 0. And that we are currently not already wall running. And this one is just going to go again. Now, is wall running equals true? Up here is meant to be false. My bad. And this time we go y speed will equal wall run false. Okay, so that'll allow us to initiate it. Now, if we go down to after before, what have I done? I think I've thrown out some code that I had before, which isn't good. I'm just lost. Never mind, we're good. Alright, so in here, apologies for that. You go else if, didn't label it very well. You go input dot get access Fire2, and make sure that does not equal 0. My input disappeared. No. So input, there we go. Now inside here, we're going to go. So this is while we're in the air, because we want no, whilst falling or something like that, we would like to be able to save ourselves by wall running again. Which at later date, this might need to be fine tuned so it's not so jerky, because at the moment it's going to be like an instant stop thing. So then we're going to go if our y speed is less than 0. Just come down and go y speed divided by equals our. At the moment I just have those. I had those two, but we want that to be our wall run slow speed. Wall run slow speed. So you could throw in a timer, so you can only wall run for a certain amount of time. And then after that time runs out, it'll start degrading and you start falling normally. Well, not falling normally. You still wall run, but you won't have the added bonus of slowing down. So then down in the landing or falling, I said that backwards. You need to go is wall running false. Otherwise it won't turn off and we will have some problems. And that's about it for the code. So if we just jump back into Unity and have a go at this. Now I've got in my walking and running animations. The running one looks a lot better. Still a little tweaking here and there is needed. Although in doing so, the way I've been fixing it, my jump animation is now broken. and his arm goes behind his back, broken. Work in progress. Anyway, so now if we want to actually do a check as well to make sure that they're running, but if we do left alt, we would do it'll be like a small jump if we just click it, but if we click and hold it, you can see that we slowly fall down. There we go. So that'll gives us the length that we need to get, because we don't want to be able to jump as far as we can wall run. So that by the looks of it may or may not be long enough, but we can find out. And if we just jump into our animator, if I just make this full screen for you guys. So we want, for the time being, we're going to create another duplicate of our run. We could use it actually, we won't do that, I'll just fix it later. We'll make a transition from any state to our movement for now. Again, this will be changed over for our wall run animation, which will be another one of these, because we'll need wall running on the right and on the left. Okay, so on this, excuse me, for this transition we will actually need another actually we want two of these. Actually, we want a ball for wall running, and then for later on we'll also need a int for the side that we're running on, to get out which side. I don't know what we would call that. Wall horizontal. What can I spell? Horizontal wall side. That's fine for that. But for here, for the moment, we just want to go add, shrink that down, it's driving me nuts, and go for wall running equals true, and we don't want this to have an exit time. So that should run straight in. If we jump, oh, didn't do anything. Jump, and wall run. Nope, it's not doing what we want to do. Why you not do what I want? From any state, if wall running is true, it should be jumping in. What's that do? That shouldn't. I'm confused. That didn't do what I wanted it to do. Because I was going to put all the jumping stuff into its own like mini layer tree. How about we do this? Throw that back up side by side. Go into doesn't help. Put it down here instead. There we go. Now we can see. So if we just jump, go, yeah, it's not even triggering. I thought it would automatically go in there. But that does not seem to be the case. Okay, though, we'll have to do this the way I was going to do it initially. Actually, we can just leave that down there. So if we create a submachine, we'll label this jumping. Oops, don't want that there. There we go. And then in here, okay, so in here we're going to, apologies, I need to quickly move this out. So we're going to be needing, actually can we drag that, cut that, no, I can copy that actually, paste, haha, there we go. My transitions did not keep, however. Can I, surely, sorry I'm all over the place, should be able to copy the transitions in between these as well. There we go. Copy and paste. Hey, there we go. Did what I wanted it to do. So Make your transition. Nope. You. And that's not supposed to be the default transition. Says default. There we go. The default is this one. Why is entry going there? Why? Oh. No. It says the layer default. There we go. Okay, whatever. On entry, we want to go to the jump. I'm not sure why that line is going to hover. It's not helpful at all. Anyway, so we go back up and delete these. Actually, delete those two. Wish there was a way you could just re-drag these. Anyway, so this one's just got the jumping is true. Whoops. I can go choose which state. So we want to go to jump. That one. With jumping is true. Same with idle. Do the same thing. Which we can get this one out then. Again, jump. It's true. With no exit time. That won't be good for us. And this just has the return of speed is less, speed is greater. Okay. Make a transition. Actually, get rid of those. Make a transition. I thought you had to have an extra jumping to idle. Okay, speed is less than 0.1. And this one, if speed is greater than 0.1. Okay, jump in here. Oh, move that over there. And let's get rid of that. Set entry there for whatever reason. And still land will make a transition to the exit when it's done. Actually, probably back up to base layer. Aha, to idle. Or to movement. Pretty sure that's how that works. And then if we go back here. Oh my god. I think that's right. We can have a quick test to see if this is working actually. So if we just jump without moving, see what happens. Yeah. I mean, there's no real difference between them. Wait, it did go to idle instead there though. And I don't know. Anyway, it kind of does that. Now if we click off of this, jumping should have. Where were you most like? Well, you're not going to be able to jump. Technically, you can come from anywhere from in here, which is annoying. Okay, I'm going to have to fiddle with that off screen, I think, instead. It's going to be too hard to try and get that to work the way I want it. Jump immediately. So I get stuck on this one. Anyway, enough of that. Put that back up there and drag this down. Well, with that, that's kind of pretty much the basics of setting that up. Not much else to add on to that, fortunately. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this quick short-ish episode. Not too much was done with me fumbling around a little bit. Didn't think the state machine was going to be that hard to do. Next time, hopefully I'll have more of that done, as well as instead of just the horizontal, we can work on the vertical wall running as well. That needs to be handled differently, and that's going to be more or less done when I have objects in the scene. I mean, I could do that now, but little unsure of how I'm going to do that properly. But anyway, again, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please feel free to stick around to see some more. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode. But until then, bye!